Hey guys, it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. I got so many requests from you guys because it is summertime. It's July to make a summertime themed recipe. So that is exactly what we're gonna be doing today. I wanted to make something that was really simple. There's no decorating and it's delicious and fresh, and it uses a ton of fresh blackberries. Yum, 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 yum. These are one of my favorite berries. I love blackberries. This recipe is from my new cookbook, Baking All Year Round. It's a Blackberry Cobbler, and yes, it is a family recipe. Wrote a little personal blurb about it that I'll read to you right now. This is a story time. Welcome to my story time. Growing up in Seattle, there was never a shortage of blackberries flourishing in the wild. I used a little bit of a fancy word there, but basically there was so many blackberries. They grew like weeds. Next to my house was a park that had blackberry bushes everywhere. During the summer, my mom and I would spend hours picking enough berries to fill several buckets, and then we'd take them home. I don't know if you guys do that, but in the summertime, we used to just pick so many berries, bring them home, and then we would bake different recipes with them. We use them to make pies, jams, and cobblers. This is our family cobbler recipe. I love it very much. Need to get it? Because it's blackberries very much. Okay, moving on. I love this recipe for so many reasons. Nostalgia, and I love using fresh fruit baked into baked goods. It's just so good. They're naturally sweet and free. If you live in an area that produces a lot of berries, like in the parks or in your backyard. Now, growing up in Washington, there was a lot of blackberries, but you can really use any berries that grow around you. You could use raspberries, huckleberries, blueberries. You could use any berries and make a cobbler. All right, let's get to it. Let's get started. For this recipe, I'll post all of the ingredients and their measurements down in the description down below, and I'll put it over on my website. That's rosannapansino.com. So if you want to follow along with this recipe at home, you can. The first thing that we're going to do to make this recipe is prepare our filling, which are your fresh berries. Now here I've got 6 cups of blackberries. I'm first going to wash them, rinse them, and then we're going to put it together. Just pour them into a strainer and rinse them in the sink. After rinsing, pour your berries into a large bowl. We got our rinsed berries, and now we've got to get our lemon zest. So we're going to use the zest of 1 full lemon. I'm using a little handheld zester. These are my favorite. They're really little and the zesting blades are very fine, and I have never hurt myself with these. I used to use a zester with larger jagged edges, and I actually cut my finger a few times, so I really love these ones. But you just place it down and zest the outer skin of the lemon. To zest a lemon, you basically grate off the skin, kind of like you were grating cheese, and you just keep doing it until all of the skin is gone and the lemon is looking naked. And it starts to turn a whitish color. And be careful, don't get your fingers, especially if you're not using a really fine grated zester. Just be very careful with your fingers. All right, we've got all the zest. Just gonna put it in this little bowl. Make sure to get off the back of the zester. It clumps back here. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna save this for later. Cut up, make some lemon water. We now have all the ingredients we need to mix our filling together. In a large bowl with the blackberries, you're gonna mix in your lemon zest, honey, cornstarch, and salt. Next, toss everything together. I'm gonna be using a wooden spoon, and you just wanna be a little bit gentle because I'm not trying to mush up my blackberries. Make sure everything gets covered. Everything needs a little bit of honey and cornstarch. A lot of other cobbler recipes, the filling is just berries and sugar, just granulated sugar. But my mom liked to use natural sweeteners once in a while, so that's why we're using the honey, which is delicious. There's so many different substitutes for sugar. You can really get creative, like maple syrup, delicious, because it naturally has sugar. Oh, this is great. This is perfect. This is what you want to see. All the berries are coated in honey, and you can't see any more cornstarch, no more dry ingredients. This is a great filling. Now we're gonna pour all of the filling into a casserole dish. This dish holds about 2 quarts, so you want a 2-quart casserole dish, and I just did a little bit of baking spray, but you can use butter or whatever kind of grease you got. Just pour in all the berries. The spoon really helps here. Oh my gosh, look at that. So fresh, so good. Yum, right? I'm just gonna spread them out so they're nice and even. Yum, that smells so good. I cannot explain to you through the camera how good fresh blackberries, lemon, and honey smell together. It smells so good, but now we've got to make our cobbler dough. So I'm gonna set this off to the side and let's make that dough. Let's make some dough, let's make some dough, let's make some dough. That's my new rap single. First step to making the cobbler dough, we're gonna mix together our cream and honey. And I'm using honey again because that's what my mom did. But in other recipes, this is where you would mix cream and sugar. But we're gonna be using heavy cream and honey. Then mix together until well combined. Perfect, that feels well mixed. I'm gonna keep this handy. I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna start mixing my dry ingredients into a larger bowl. Add flour, cornmeal. This gives it a great texture and flavor. I love it. Cinnamon, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. Salty, salty. Next, whisk together until well combined. Just keep mixing till it all looks the same color. Okay, looks good. Once mixed, pour your cream mixture into the dry ingredients. Like so. Then we're gonna mix together, but this is the important part. Don't over mix. As soon as no more dry ingredients are seen, like as soon as they go away, stop. Don't over mix. So we'll just keep mixing until you can't see any more dry ingredients. Oh, we're almost there. Perfect. Boom, our cobbler dough is ready, our filling is ready, and now we're gonna scoop the dough on top of our cobbler. I like to do it in sections using a 2 tablespoon scoop. You just scoop the dough and you put balls of dough over the top, just like this. So you would take a little scoop, and then we're gonna scoop it out right on top. Perfect. You're just gonna keep doing this and cover the whole top of your cobbler. This is what gives it that great texture and fun design on top when it bakes. And I'm not sure why, but this is just how my family did it. It's great. That's what it looks like. Don't worry if it looks a little messy. Cobblers look a little bit messy on the top. It also doesn't need to cover every inch because the dough expands when it bakes, and it also looks really good when you get some little blackberries, like a juicy blackberry just like coming out a little bit. This recipe is really special. It's also what my dad wanted the other year for his birthday. His favorite cake was a German chocolate cake, but for some reason the other year he was just craving this blackberry cobbler. So I have a really cute little memory of singing him happy birthday, and we put candles in this blackberry cobbler. The last step before you pop this in the oven and bake is we're just gonna cover the dough with some heavy cream, and I'm doing this with a little baking brush. So you just put the brush into the cream and just cover the dough with it. Just like covering a dough with butter, we're covering the top with a little heavy cream, and it's not too much, just a little. All right, we're gonna give you a little bit more moisture when you bake. And lastly, sprinkle a little bit of raw sugar on top. There's no measurement for this. You can do as little or as much as you'd like. I sprinkle about 2 teaspoons. That's pretty normal over here. You can let some raw sugar fall on the blackberries too. They like it. It is as simple as that. This is ready to bake. You can make this easy, fresh, delicious summertime treat. Now we're gonna pop this in the oven at 350 degrees and bake for about an hour. It's 50 minutes, but keep your eye on it because every oven's a little different. The fruit can be bubbling and you want the top to be golden brown, but not burnt. So just keep your eye on it. Woo! Our cobbler is hot, fresh out the oven, and ta-da! There you have it. Homemade blackberry cobbler. It smells delicious. A big thank you to you guys for suggesting an easy summertime recipe, because this is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm actually gonna put this little oven mitt back on, and I'm gonna get a little bite over here, because, you know, just a little one for me. Yes. Oh, Molly, is your mouth watering right now? Ooh, this is gonna be hot. There's nothing better than fresh cobbler. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this recipe deserves a thumbs up. If you all are liking these baking videos, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video, because there are some good recipes coming to you, like this one. This is delicious. I'm gonna be posting pictures and the recipe on my website and all over social media, so you can check it out there. And if you guys make this recipe, please take a picture and send it to me. I love seeing your baking creations. It makes me happy, it makes my day. And don't forget to use the hashtag row recipe, so I can find it easily and just heart it and like it and give it all the love. All right, that does it for this video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any other ideas for any other videos, let me know in the comments down below. All right, thanks again, bye-bye. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here. Yeah.